Welcome to Spelling Bee Ninja. If you're passionate about learning and want to gain insights into the fascinating world of economics, you've come to the right place. Here, we explore concepts that shape our everyday decisions and empower you to become a more informed consumer. Join our community by subscribing today, and let's dive into today's lesson on advertising and consumer psychology. Advertising is ubiquitous in our daily lives, showing up in various forms like television commercials, social media posts, and even on our mobile devices. But how does advertising affect our emotions, desires, and ultimately, our buying decisions? Understanding the principles behind advertising is essential for making informed choices as consumers. At its core, advertising uses sophisticated techniques based on psychological principles to capture attention and influence behavior. By diving into the world of consumer psychology, you will explore how emotions play a significant role in our purchasing decisions. For example, emotional appeals are one of the most powerful tools in advertising. Advertisers are aware that many of our decisions are driven more by feelings than rationality. They may evoke happiness by associating products with positive experiences, use fear to suggest that we need a product to avoid negative outcomes, or even exploit nostalgia to connect their products to happy memories. These techniques can be incredibly effective, as they bypass logical thinking and tap into our fundamental human emotions, creating a desire that seems instinctual. As savvy consumers, it becomes crucial to recognize when advertising seeks to trigger an emotional response. This awareness allows us to step back and objectively evaluate the product being offered rather than reacting purely based on emotion. Furthermore, let's delve into the concept of social proof and the bandwagon effect. Social proof is a psychological phenomenon indicating that people often determine their actions based on what others are doing. Advertisers capitalize on this by creating a sense of trendiness or popularity around their products, with phrases like "everyone is buying it" or "you won't want to be the last to join in." This bandwagon effect works because, as social beings, we often look to others for guidance, especially in uncertain situations. Seeing others use a product can enhance its perceived trustworthiness and desirability. In our role as consumers, it's important to notice when we are being influenced by popularity alone and to evaluate products based on their actual merits instead. Another powerful technique is scarcity marketing, which conveys the idea that a product is in limited supply. By using phrases like "limited time offer" or "only a few left in stock," advertisers create a sense of urgency, playing on our fear of missing out, often referred to as FOMO. This approach makes us value things more when they seem rare or difficult to obtain. You likely encounter this tactic online when shopping, where retailers highlight that only a couple of items are left. Recognizing when scarcity is real versus manufactured can help us make wiser purchasing choices. Taking the time to evaluate whether we truly need an item as we consider such advertisements is vital. A fascinating aspect of advertising is celebrity endorsements. This strategy leverages the appeal, trustworthiness, and perceived expertise of famous figures. When a beloved celebrity endorses a product, fans often feel a stronger inclination to purchase it, driven by the authority principle and social influence. Similarly, advertisers may utilize experts, like doctors or scientists, to back their products. However, it's crucial to recognize that celebrities are usually compensated for their endorsements, which might not represent genuine usage or even expertise. We should ask ourselves whether they truly have relevant insights related to the product they're promoting. Another interesting psychological principle is anchoring, where our minds heavily weigh the first piece of information encountered when making decisions. In advertising, this often takes the form of a high original price displayed next to a lower sale price. This strategy suggests a discount, even when the original price might not reflect the product's real worth. As consumers, being aware of this tactic allows us to conduct a more thorough evaluation of products and compare prices across different retailers. Furthermore, charm pricing is another technique that has a subtle but significant impact on our purchases. This involves pricing items just below a round number, such as $9.99 instead of $10. The psychology behind charm pricing reveals that we often focus on the leftmost digit, perceiving $9.99 as closer to $9 than to $10, which can significantly alter our spending decisions. Other pricing strategies, such as prestige pricing or price bundling, also influence perceptions of value. Prestige pricing sets high prices to suggest quality and exclusivity, while price bundling offers a collection of products at a perceived discount. Savvy consumers recognize these strategies and ground their decisions in the real value of items rather than falling for psychological tricks. Another modern shift in advertising is the use of targeted and personalized ads. Each time we browse online or engage with social media, companies gather data about our interests, behaviors, and preferences. This information is then harnessed to present tailored advertisements to us, which often feel more relevant. While effective, targeted ads create the illusion of popularity and relevance, causing us to overlook the reality of what we truly need. It's essential for consumers to remain conscious of how deeply personalized advertising operates and recognize that it's a strategic marketing tactic rather than an indication of genuine interest. Lastly, cognitive biases play a massive role in shaping our consumer decision-making process. These patterns of deviation from rational thought allow advertisers to guide our choices subtly. For instance, confirmation bias leads us to seek out information that aligns with our beliefs, while the endowment effect causes us to overvalue items we own. Furthermore, we tend to emphasize recently encountered information due to recency bias and overestimate events that come easily to mind because of the availability heuristic. Being aware of cognitive biases empowers us to recognize when they are triggered by advertising strategies. For instance, if an ad showcases recent positive reviews, we may fall prey to recency bias, leading to an immediate purchase without deeper consideration. Throughout this lesson, we have discussed crucial elements of advertising and consumer psychology, exploring emotional appeals, social proof, scarcity tactics, celebrity endorsements, anchoring, psychological pricing, and cognitive biases. Equipped with this understanding, we can now approach advertising with increased awareness, noting when we are being influenced and evaluating products more objectively. Ultimately, this knowledge empowers us to make conscious and informed purchasing decisions, enabling us to allocate our money toward items that genuinely offer value. As we navigate this ever-evolving landscape of marketing, let's remember that we are the ultimate decision makers in our purchases, with advertising holding influence but not control over our choices. Today's exploration of advertising and consumer psychology highlighted how marketing influences our emotions, decisions, and purchases. We learned about various techniques advertisers use, such as emotional appeals, social proof, scarcity marketing, celebrity endorsements, and cognitive biases. Understanding these concepts can help us become more aware consumers, allowing us to recognize how and when we're being influenced. This awareness is vital for ensuring our purchasing decisions are rational and aligned with our true needs. Thank you for joining us in this enlightening discussion. Remember, being an informed consumer is an ongoing journey. Stay curious, stay learning, and don't hesitate to explore more about advertising and consumer behavior. Subscribe to Spelling Bee Ninja for more educational content that empowers you to make smart choices. Until next time, stay aware and make thoughtful decisions in your purchasing journey.